What's up guys, I'm Phoenix Master 1 and welcome back for some more Fire Emblem Heroes, and this is gonna be a mini review of sorts of the Chosen Ones banner and the characters from that banner, and also the free units we are getting with this update. And I'm also gonna be comparing if my stat speculations which I made in my first impression video were close enough or not. And in general, I'm just gonna be going over these characters, and I'm gonna be discussing my opinion, and you guys can leave your opinion about these units in the comments as well. And let's have a chill discussion. So the timestamps are on your screen if you want to jump to a specific part. So the data mine, once again, thanks to Mr. Gringar123 and Tsukasa. Their links are going to be in the description down below. And let's take a look at the first unit from this banner. So we have Norn here, and these are the stats which I expected on the right side. So she has got 42 HP. I guess I didn't really see clearly on the trailer. She's got 32 attack and 36 speed. I expected 32 attack as well, and just like I was pretty close to the speed department. And defense is 31. I expected that much as well. And this is the part where I'm really wrong when it comes to resistance. So I didn't really know that she would have like 168 BST. She's got the highest BST out of any kind of infantry archer in the game at 168 BST. So that's why she's got more resistance than I expected. And overall, Norn is just a really good balanced archer, and kind of just outclasses every single infantry archer who doesn't have a preferred weapon or doesn't have a very good preferred weapon. I mean, she has got better stats than Fallen Takumi, but the thing is that Fallen Takumi still has the Skadi niche, which is extremely useful for many of the in-game content and also for Ether Raid's offense. So that's the thing. And overall, Norn is just really flexible. You could build her up as a tank and even as an offensive unit. But when it comes to building her offensively, there are definitely other options you can consider, like Glittering Alm, Klein, stuff like that. They've got offensive weapons for that purpose, so Norn cannot really exactly match their offensive power. And defensively, she can be really good because the extra stats are definitely going to be helping you as a tank. And she does have workable speed, and everything about her is pretty amazing actually, really balanced stat line. And she is expected to be demoted based on her skill set. And if she gets demoted, then we're going to be getting repositioned in the colorless pool. And having such a balanced stat line archer is definitely going to be pretty nice. So just a really good stat spread overall. And if you decide to go the defensive route with her build, then she already has guard bow. This is also amazing because we didn't really have guard bow on any kind of unit before. You would have to upgrade Assassin's Bow for getting this, so that's also really incredible. So I really hope she is demoted, as a lot of people are expecting as well. The next unit we have is Sirius. So Sirius has got the same amount of BST as I expected at 162. His attack and speed are the same as I expected, so I was pretty accurate with that. For defense and resistance, it's just that 2 points of his defense, I allocated them into resistance, but they have min-maxed him even more, giving him 16 resistance and having 35 defense. And Sirius in general just faces a lot of competition as an offensive cavalier. By the way, these are the stats from the phase video which they made a day before, so that's why they've got the sacred seals and stuff like that. So I'm just using this because they have got the skills. So Sirius does have a lot of competition as an offensive cavalier. Unfortunately, unlike Brave Eliwood, he doesn't have the effective damage against dragons or beasts, so that definitely puts Eliwood one step ahead. And he's also really offensive. The thing about Sable Lance is that it's really similar to Perry's weapon. The only catch is that Perry has to take damage so that she can have +4 to all of her stats during the combat. On the other hand, Sirius is able to have that at all times if he's away from his allies. So he can just act as a really good Gale Force unit. And his role is pretty standard and straightforward. He just wants to be a really offensive cavalier, just go in, do a lot of damage, double everything, and that's pretty much it. Attack speed solo also synergizes well with his weapon, and in slot B you could definitely run something like Desperation out actually, instead of Lull Speed attack. But Lull Speed, the Lull Speed effect can help him outspeed some of the things, but as it is, he's going to be really fast at 47 speed combined with his weapon and A skill. And if you give him buffs, then he's going to be even faster, so you could replace that with Desperation if you would like to. And this can also be replaced with Escape Route if you want to use him for Ether Raid's offense, because you could run Heavy Blade on Sacred Seal, have Gale Force, and Escape Route gives you a good retreat option in a sense. So that can also be done. And next up we have got Nagi. So Nagi is a 179 BST dragon, and looking at her level 1 stats, she's not really a trainee unit compared to someone like Eden. She's actually an actual Gen 4 dragon. She doesn't have the trainee bonus looking at her level 1 stats. So that's that. She's got 37 attack, I expected 36. 25 speed is what I expected, but they min-maxed her to absolute hell. 19 speed with 36 defense and 41 resistance. She is a tank. So she's definitely going to be really good in Ether Raid's offense as a super tank because of those incredible stats. And even though she doesn't have like this natural speed to make use of special fighter, I think what they're going with is just having special fighter as a way to stop your enemy from charging up their specials, and also having the breath skill effect along with having distant counters. So that's their motive with the skill set they have gone with Nagi. It's definitely tailored towards Ether Raid's offense so that people can just pick her up, use her as a super tank. So that can be done, but as I said in my first impressions video, she still has issues despite having like that much bulk. She's still weak to armor effective and dragon effective weapons. Not to mention the one movement can definitely hold you back at times in Ether Raid's offense, and it's something I'm not really a big fan of. So those are the issues which you have to face with Nagi. And if you're running distant counter, then you cannot really run Sylvalan Shield on slot A. So again, that's another thing. And defense teams are going to be having dragon effective weapons in form of daggers, in form of Naga, and they're going to be having someone like Hoshiden Summer Micaiah who can absolutely blast Nagi. But the good thing is that if you face some kind of team that is just really heavily reliant on blue mages like Ophelia, Reinhardt, stuff like that, and colorless units, then Nagi can just stand there and not take any kind of damage whatsoever. So really, really good for counter picking in Ether Raid's offense, and definitely has a place for that. So as I said, you know, as a counter pick unit, she can be really good, but as a primary tank, because of the issues that she has got going, you will definitely have trouble with consistency, in my opinion at least. So that's Nagi, incredibly bulky unit. I don't really think you have to do much with her base kit. She already is pretty good. I guess for slots, you obviously could replace this with attack smoke or pulse smoke, depending on whatever is more available for you. Pulse smoke is definitely an expensive option, but can be used for against like infantry pulse teams in Ether Raid's offense. So that can be done. And you absolutely have to run quicker post so that she can double, because her speed is absolutely abysmal. So she's gonna get doubled by pretty much everyone. And the effectiveness that she has against dragons can be useful in Arena Assault if you do manage to get her, because dragons are going to be everywhere in Tier 21 Arena. So that's that. So Nagi is just a really, really powerful dragon, extremely bulky, but still has her issues because of the type and the class. And then we have got, then we have got Fina. So let's go over Fina. I'll go over Bantu and Astram later. So here we have got Fina. So I expected 35 attack and 37 speed, and she's got exactly that. I gave her more defense because I was like expecting, because she's got a weapon that's effective on armor units, I would have liked her to have a bit more defense, but I guess they just have average bulk on her overall. So Fina is just a really, really good melee dancer. So Fina is definitely one of the best infantry dancers in the game, because she can provide you the utility of dance and also check armor and cavalry units because of rapier. And the fact that it has got vantage inbuilt just opens up more options for her, because you could combine this weapon with something like Wrath and Slot B. You could also combine that with Null Counter Disrupt for Slot B for Ether Raid's offense, and you can also use Special Spiral. So there are just a lot of options that you could use in Slot B, and I believe that if you're using her in Arena Assault, then you could keep Speed Defense form, because the extra defense is gonna be helpful. But outside of that, Fury is just a better option for Slot A, because it synergizes really well with Vantage that she has got in her weapon. And if you're running something like Wrath on her Slot B, which is possible because of Astram now, then Fury is of course a really good option for Slot A. And of course Brazen Seals do synergize with the Vantage that she has got going. So definitely an incredible dancer, which can act as an offensive unit in Ether Raid's offense and for in general, like for other content in the game. And also in Arena Assault, she's gonna be a really big help because of the dance support and being able to check like the green armors and stuff like that. And her attack isn't too shabby either. It's base 35, and if you get a plus attack IV, then it's gonna be really good for her. That's definitely the best case scenario for her. So Phina is definitely one of the best infantry dancers in the game. Even though we've got so many dancers in the game, she's still able to stand out. And it's always a good thing whenever a dancer can pull their own weight. Case in point being Phina and also Hoshiden Summer Mikaya. Both of them can provide the dance utility, but of course, Hoshiden Summer Mikaya can check armor units, horse units, and also has Hardy Bearing in her weapon inbuilt, so she can act as a check in Ether Raid's defense for Vantage strats. So that's why it's just really good. And Phina here can be used in Ether Raid's offense and Arena Assault and in-game content. She's just really versatile because of Rapier. So really good dancer. And those are the banner units. So here we have got our Ban. He has got 34 base attack, 28 speed. I really wish they actually min-maxed him kind of like Nagi. That would have been incredible, having like more resistance on him and even more attack. And 35 defense, 26 resistance. So he can still be used as a really good red dragon tank. He has got 168 BST, not really as much BST as Astram. And he doesn't really have the veteran penalty, I believe, from his level 1 stats. So yeah, Bantu just looking like a pretty good option for 3-star, 4-star pool. And his skills are also confirmed. He has got Dark Breath Plus. Of course, we knew that from the trailer. We saw that. Dragon Fang as a special. Once again, we knew that. Fierce Stance as a slotted skill. And he has got that available at 4-star. And Savage Blow 3 at 5-star. So Fierce Stance is really good because it can be combined with something like the Bond skills for Sacred Seal slot, and also even Fierce Stance once again, if you want to have like the double Fierce Stance going on. He's going to be added directly into 3-star, 4-star pool, and I believe like he's being voiced by the same voice actor who voices Tibarn and Dean in Shadows of Valentia. So that is interesting. So that's Bantu for you, our new red dragon, who's gonna be easily available. I know many people are gonna be using him as their merch project because he can be pretty good as a score bot in Arena, and he can act as a pretty good tank actually. You just have to run Lightning Breath because that's definitely the better weapon than Dark Breath, I would say. Just gives you more options. And then we have got Astram. Thankfully he has got Mercurius. So that is really good. Even though he's just a sword infantry unit, his Mercurius is actually pretty helpful. So looking at his base stats, he has got like a really good stat spread. 35, 36 offenses, 36 defense. Pretty good HP actually. And let's look at his skills. So he has got Mercurius grants attack +3. So he can have even more attack. At start of turn, if he's above half health, then he grants +4 buff to all of his stats, and also to the allies within 2 spaces who have a physical weapon. So these are visible buffs, these are not in combat buffs. So these are the buffs which are going to be seen with the blue color, which means that you're going to be susceptible to panic, versus night, sudden panic, panic manners, stuff like that. If this was in combat buff, then that would have been absolutely bonkers, honestly. But even like with that, with the visible buffs, even though he's not giving out like these +6 buffs, this is still a really good supportive weapon and makes him a really good support unit because he can buff himself up and also buff the allies within 2 spaces. And unlike the tactic skills, you don't really have that team restriction. I mean, you still have the restriction where you cannot use mages and dragons because they're not going to be getting buffs from him. So that is a bummer for Blade Tome units, honestly. It's pretty much like a Spectrum Hone Drive, I would say. It sounds really weird. I mean, I'm just trying to come up with a name for this support. And he can buff himself up even if there are no allies within 2 spaces, as it clearly states. So Astram is just a pretty good free-to-play unit with his stat spread. Mercurius is pretty good for self-sufficiency in terms of visible buffs, and also can provide the support to the allies. And also the fact that he has got 172 BST makes him an incredible unit that you can plus and merge up for arena scoring. I believe along with Valentine Ellwood and Halloween Dorcas, he is the highest arena scoring unit that we have got, which is really good. With his supportive role and his BST, it makes him a really good arena unit to be used for any kind of free-to-play player, and you can eventually plus and merge him. And unlike Valentine Eliwood and Halloween Dorcas, you do actually get more copies of him right off the bat because this is a Grantor Battle unit. Even though he's just another sword infantry unit, at least like he has got something going for him with his preferred weapon, so I'm really happy about that. He's got Bonfire as a special, Wind Boost 3 at 4-star, which is like whatever, who really cares about that, and Wrath 3 at 5-star, so a free-to-play unit has got Wrath. Now, I might sound a bit cynical, but I will still say what I have on my mind. I think Wrath 4 might be coming because they released Nysala with Swift Sparrow 3 a few months before they have like Swift Sparrow 4. Now, as I said, I might just be sounding cynical and I'm sorry for that, but like Wrath is such a premium skill in my eyes. So that's something to consider, but still, it doesn't mean that Wrath 3 is useless or anything like that. So Wrath 3 is absolutely amazing. You can have this on units, obviously, if you're running something like Fury, and you can stack this up with something like Nameless Blade and also like Wodao in general to get a lot more true damage. So that's definitely the appeal of Wrath. Definitely really incredible, and someone from this banner can also run this, and her name is Phina because she has got Vantage. So Wrath 3 just synergizes really well with Vantage built into a rapier. So overall, I'm really content with Astram, even though he's in a bloated pool. So we're gonna be having his Grantor battle on 23rd actually. Norn is Norn just outclasses a lot of the infantry archers, man. It's just insane. Like Rebecca, Clarice, and many of the other archers who don't really have a preferred weapon just get absolutely demolished by Norn. So that's insane. Bantu has got Fierce Stance, which is definitely useful. Wrath on Astram, that is insane. And the thing is that because he's a Grantor Battle unit, we're going to be getting 3 copies of him right off the bat. So if you build up 1 copy of him, you will still have 2 to fodder off for Wrath. So that's good. And then he's going to be available in the Grail shop. So that is the banner. I wouldn't say that this is a must-pull banner actually. In my eyes, like Fina is most valuable out of this banner, despite Nagi's existence. Because I'm not really a big fan of super tanks actually, so that's why for me at least, Fina has got more value. It really depends on person to person, how their barracks are and how their playstyle is. Norn has a high possibility of getting demoted, so that's that. Sirius is just a really solid offensive Lance Cavalier, and Nagi is just a really good tank. Astram is pretty good free-to-play unit, and Bantu also is a nice available Red Dragon tank. So let me know about your opinion on these units in the comment section down below. I'm really interested in hearing them. Who are you most excited out of this batch? I know many people are most excited about Bantu, but I would like to see if that changes after seeing Astram and Wrath that he brings to the table. So let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed, then please be sure to leave a like. It is going to be helping me tremendously, and if you haven't already, then make sure to subscribe for more Fire Emblem Heroes content, and also Fire Emblem Three Houses content, because I'm doing a Let's Play on that. I'm almost done with my Golden Deers route, and please be sure to hit the notification bell and click on all, so that you can always get the updates to my videos whenever I upload, because YouTube sub boxes are about as functional as Gen 1 archers, unfortunately, when compared to Norn and her BST. So with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.